Hi guys, this is Hima Hegde, bringing to you the daily news podcast at Sosin Classes. All the news you need to know and more.
To begin with, let us look at the topics under light for today. In today's session, we will be discussing the Namami Gange mission, followed by the transparent taxation honoring the honest platform. So here are the first set of snapshots of headlines from the newspaper article. All of them are discussing the Namami Gange mission. It reads, PM to inaugurate 6 mega projects in Uttarakhand under the Namami Gange mission tomorrow. PM Modi to inaugurate 6 mega projects in Uttarakhand under the Namami Gange project on 29th of September, that is today. The third one also speaks of the same thing, that is the Namami Gange project. So here's the roadmap. We'll first look into what exactly is this mission, then the significance of the same, the challenges lying ahead, the way forward, and other initiatives with similar objectives that have been carried out. So what is the Namami Gange mission? The Namami Gange program or the Namami Gange mission is an integrated conservation mission. Integrated as in it integrates the previous and currently ongoing initiatives by enhancing the efficiency. It was approved by the Union government in the year 2014, June 2014. It is being operated by the Department of Water Resources, the River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, and also the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Now this was implemented by the National Mission for Clean Ganga, that is the NMCG. This project has a funding of rupees 20,000 crore. It has a central funding of 20,000 crore, and it also consists of several projects within itself, that is more than 200 projects within itself. Along with the NMCG, it also has the state counterparts, that is the state program management, who are implementing it. Now looking at the objectives, coming to the objectives, the most important one would be the pollution abatement. That is, its major objective lines with the effective abatement or the curbing or reduction in the pollution and conserving the river Ganga. Then it is important to maintain the continuity of the water flow without changing the natural seasonal variations. Now this could also restore and maintain the surface flow and groundwater. The most important objective would be public participation or public awareness. This is an important pillar of this mission, which could promote the process of protection and management of the river. Now let us dive into the significance of the same. Needless to say, River Ganga has significant economic, cultural and environmental value in India. The Ganga River Basin, which also extends into the parts of Nepal, China and Bangladesh, accounts for 26% of India's landmass. 26% of India's landmass. Rising in the Himalayas and flowing into the Bay of Bengal, the river traverses a course of 2,500 kilometers through the plains of North and Eastern India. Basically, being able to clean Ganga would be a huge help for at least 40% of the population of the country. Now this would also help us in conserving or regenerating the aquatic biodiversity of the river region. It would also regenerate and maintain the natural vegetation of the area. So what are the challenges lying ahead in the same? The first and the obvious one would be pollution. Rapidly increasing population, exponential growth of industrialization and urbanization have exposed the water to various forms of pollution and degradation. The industrial pollution from tanneries in Kanpur, the distilleries, paper and sugar mills in the Kosi are major contributors. Secondly, we have the violation of E-flow norms. E-flow as in the ecological flow. Now according to the CWC, that is the Central Water Commission, CWC, 4 of 11 hydro projects, 4 out of 11 hydro projects have been violating the ecological flow norms, which further interrupts the natural flow of water. We also have the illegal construction. The rampant and illegal construction near the riverbeds has become a major hurdle in cleaning the river. Now what is the way forward lying ahead? Firstly, the government's Namami Gange program has revitalized India's efforts in rejuvenating the river Ganga. In order to implement the plan precisely, there is a need for a strategic blueprint, that is proper planning. As we have already seen, one of the objectives would be public participation. So there will be a need for mass awareness campaigns, that is use of digital media and conservation of biodiversity in large. All of this has to be taken under strict scrutiny, that is there has to be strict monitoring, and all of these campaigns have to be properly regulated. Now let us look at some of the other initiatives that have similar objectives. So firstly, we have the Ganga Action Plan. The Ganga Action Plan was announced by the Ministry of Environment and Forests. Now this was towards reduction of pollution and introduced for the improvement of water quality through interception, diversion and treatment of the domestic sewage. Secondly, we have the National River Conservation Plan. The National River Conservation Plan was developed as an extension for the Ganga Action Plan. This was developed as an extension of the Ganga Action Plan, which included all the major rivers of India. Then we have the Government Cleanup Campaign. Under the Government Cleanup Campaign, this started in the year 2010 to prevent the entry of untreated municipal sewage and industrial runoff into the water. There have been many more conservation programs or action plans initiated under the same set of objectives. So here are some of them. Now that's about it for the first article. Moving on, here we have the second set of headlines, all of which discuss the Income Tax Department launching the faceless income tax appeals. Government operationalizes the faceless income tax appeal system. Basically, the faceless appeal is one of the major features of a platform that was launched recently by the Prime Minister of India called the Transparent Taxation Honoring the Honest. Yes, this was the name of the platform, Transparent Taxation Honoring the Honest. So here are the features: faceless assessment, faceless appeal, taxpayer charter. We will be visiting each of these features and also look into the significance of the same. So the Transparent Taxation Honoring the Honest platform is meant to honor, the honest taxpayers of the country. It seeks to reform and simplify our tax system. This platform would further digitize the Income Tax Department's functioning. Also, this would bring the faceless tax assessment in vogue. We will look into what exactly is the faceless tax assessment. Now all of this aims to bring transparency in the income tax systems, thus empowering the taxpayers. The key features of this platform are the faceless assessment, faceless appeal and the taxpayers charter. So what is faceless assessment? The faceless assessment aims to eliminate the human interference between the taxpayer and the income tax department. There will be no need for the taxpayer to visit the income tax office or the officer. Also, the taxpayer, that is the selection of the taxpayer, is possible through the systems using data analytics and artificial intelligence. Coming to the faceless appeal, so here under the faceless appeal system introduced by the government, the appeals will be allotted randomly. The appeals will be randomly allotted to any officer across the country, and the identity of the officer deciding the appeal will remain unknown. So the identity will remain unknown or won't be disclosed. And all these decisions will be team-based decisions. Coming to the third feature, that is the taxpayer charter. This outlines the rights and responsibilities of both taxpayers and the tax officers. The aim of the taxpayer charter is that of nurturing the relationship between revenue departments and the community that they serve, a relationship of mutual trust and respect. That is, they want to ensure that the relationship between the revenue departments and the community that they serve has mutual respect and trust among them. Coming to the significance, honest taxpayers of the country play a big role in nation building. They play a big role in nation building. When the life of an honest taxpayer becomes easy, the country progresses. Therefore, the tax system has to be seamless, painless, and faceless. The new facilities launched are a part of the government's resolve to provide maximum governance with minimum government. Maximum governance with minimum government. The emphasis is on making every rule, every law, or every policy people-centric and public-friendly. This would make the administration more accountable and reduce the tax litigation, that is the process of taking legal action. This would also make all the compliance and agreement part easier. All in all, this would be a great initiative to make the system of taxes public friendly and ensuring transparency in the same. So that's about it in today's article. So here's a snapshot of the Daily News Diary document that you'll find in the official Sourcing Classes website. Here are the main specific questions. Let me read them out for you. Explain how Sri Lanka's majoritarian turn appeals to address Tamil aspirations ineffectually. The eviction of slum dwellers along the railway tracks in Delhi is a violation of which article, and how can this be addressed? What is the offset policy and why is it in the news now? Coming to the prelims practice question, which from the following list of the Indian vessels is the Guinness record holder for the longest serving warship in the world? The options are INS Virat, INS Vikrant, INS Arihant and INS Jalashva. So here's the question from us yesterday. The answer to it is option C. Find the answer with explanation for today's question in tomorrow's sheet. So that's about it for today. Hope you found it informative.
Thus, leaving you all to write your answers in the comment section, it's a wrap on your news podcast. Tomorrow is another day with another news. Thank you.